Well, hello all of my beautiful friends out there in YouTube land. It is a beautiful Florida afternoon, which means we're having sun and rain. I promise you guys, like a half an hour ago, it was so hot and sunny out here, and now it's cloudy and overcast. I don't think it's gonna rain. Just have a lot of clouds, maybe later. So I was off from work today and took the kids to vacation Bible school. That was a whole lot of fun. Got some clips of it. Here, I'll show it to you right now. It is Wednesday morning and we are dropping the kids off for VBS. It is early, it is Wednesday morning. It's summertime, everybody should be sleeping in. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and we are at church dropping the kids off. He's trying to sing. You see his mouth, he's going. Well, it's a little bit afternoon and we are heading back to the church. Well, we are back at church to pick up the kids. You want to get in there and play with them kids, don't you? You want to get in there and get them? Did you have fun, baby?
Yeah.
So what y'all do today?
We went to school and to church. We went to school and church, and we cleaned the road.
You were like, I'm way too sunburned from the last 2 days. I ain't working outside. So now we're back home. The kids had a blast, as you can tell, and we are about to get to work here in the yard today. Look what we got, everybody. The Hewitt's got a brand new pool. All right, you guys, so I had to take a break because Mama was calling me. She's on the way back from getting her hair done. She sent me a picture of her text and it looks great. But in the meantime, while that was happening, the rain started to fall. Got a little drizzle on my head. I'm getting a little wet and tacky. I need to get some grass cut before this thing drops now. So come on, let's get going. Well, I didn't get very far, and the bottom dropped out like a boss. Mama's back from getting her hair done. Oh, let me see how pretty that hair is.
See pretty hair.
No, let me back up a little bit. Oh, pretty girl. Hey, Boo-Boo. You cold? Hey, Boo-Boo. You getting cold, buddy? What'd I tell you, guys? What did I tell you? You know, there's a saying down here, if it's raining, don't worry, just hang out a few minutes. It'll stop. God sure is painting a real pretty picture today, ain't he? So I don't know anything about mushrooms, what's edible and what's not, but every year during this rainy season, we get a ton of these big, white, round mushrooms. I'm pretty sure they're not edible. If they are, they're probably the edible kind that make you see little purple men. Because like I said before, we used to have horses that stayed out here on this back half of the property. And there's a lot of just old composted horse manure out here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that. Well, I got about half the grass cut and I'm running out of gas. So I'm gonna take a break from that, move on to the next project because I don't feel like stopping everything and running to the gas station right now and getting gas. Because I'm nasty and I don't want to get my vehicle nasty. So we're going to get working on these wood chips again. Still got about half of them that I got to get spread out. Well, the only thing funner than moving wood chips is moving wet wood chips. I think it's time for me to take a moment and try to fix my pitchfork. That would make this whole process much easier. Well, here's my old pitchfork head, and here is an old handle that used to belong to something, I don't know what. Let's see if we can't get the two put together. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna try to do, maybe drill out some of this old wood here. Now, judging by the end of this pitchfork and the end of this stick, I'm pretty sure this used to be a pitchfork too. Those look pretty much exactly the same. And the end of that one looks like the end of that one. Just obviously the pitchfork head that used to be in here, that end got you could tell that end's kind of water damaged and rotted out a little bit, so I'm sure this ain't gonna stick in there tight. I do believe that's backwards. Let me do this away. There we go. All right, so that went in pretty easy, which means it'll come out pretty easy. A lot of play. But I'm pretty sure I can maybe run some screws through there or drive a sliver of wood in there, try to tighten that up like a wedge. Let's see if we can't get that done. All right, so I went ahead and sanded down the handle a little bit. It was pretty rough and it's pretty dried out. I've got some old used motor oil here that I've saved. And I'm going to just use it to treat the handle a little bit, quick and easy and cheap. And hopefully I won't get no splinters. And we might have us a pitchfork that we get to use for several years before we got to replace the handle again. You know, I was watching a documentary one time. These people who were moving off grid somewhere in South America, and they were building this house, and they bought all this expensive wood and all this expensive stain, and the locals that were helping them build the house, they were laughing at them and talking amongst themselves, and people weren't sure what they were saying, so got a hold of the one guy who could speak English, and they asked him, well, you know, what's so funny? What are y'all laughing at? And they were just amazed that they would waste so much money on stain. I said, well, what do you guys do? What do you guys use? I said, we use motor oil. We just recycle our old used motor oil. That's all they stain their houses with down there. And the wood is beautiful and it lasts forever. And you can't even tell the difference. Looks good, smells like a mechanic shop. And I'm going to have some silky smooth hands for the rest of the day. But anyways, guys, we're getting ready to head to church. I don't know how well you can see the soon-to-be recreational area right back there where we were spreading wood chips. We ended up getting a lot of wood chips spread, but then the pitchfork totally totally fell apart on me. Ended up having a lot more rotted out wood in the end of that pitchfork, and it just gave way. You guys want to talk about some crazy weather? It is only 6:30 in the afternoon, and it looks like it is almost nighttime. There's a storm rolling in, the temperature has dropped, there is a cold breeze blowing. It was like 85 and 90 and like super humid. It probably felt like 95 today, and right now it feels like it's like 70 degrees out here. I know for a lot of you that's nothing, but for us here this time of year, it's cold, man. I don't know what's going on with the weather. So the kids are getting the chickens put up, and we are about to head to church. You guys, I know this is a busy time of year for all of us, especially if you are a gardener or a homesteader. Guys, just remember, do everything that you can do every day, but don't forget to spend time with your family and your Father in heaven. Love you guys, and I'll see you again, hopefully tomorrow. Bye-bye.